very excited to talk to a lot of people. I think I am the youngest one here. I'm still in grade 10, building with AI. So it's a bit of a challenge, you know, school, AI, especially with all those new features. So, all right, my name's Om, and this is Classroom MCP. So a little bit about myself. I've done some things with AI, physical hardware. I've done some internships as well. At healthcare companies, and I've built some AI that's even used in the city of Maple Ridge. We're planning to implement it soon, actually. So I've done a bunch of things. I've also done a little bit of open source projects. But what I mean to say with all of this is that I've been doing a bunch of AI stuff. I consider myself an enthusiast. But at the end of the day, I'm still a student. And that's why I was so interested to come and talk in this conference. I wanted to say that most of the most powerful AI tools right now, they require you to know terminal, VS Code. And for the average person, or for Claude for everyone, it may not be the most friendly thing. So one of the things I wanted to build was something that was easy to use for everyone. Specifically, as I'm a student, I noticed that most of the other students around here, AI is of limited use. It's only for homework and maybe a little bit of research. But I wanted to make a product that was both easy for students to use and would showcase them the value of AI and the new features there are today. And that's why I built Classroom MCP. So basically a little bit of background here, because I don't see very many students out here. Google Classroom is a feature that we use a bunch for tracking assignments and students and grades and what the teacher posts. And I was actually going to spend some time explaining what MCP was, but again, looking at the audience, I don't think this is very much needed. It's like a Chrome extension on Claude. So it's called Classroom MCP, and it basically gives Claude all of your Google Classroom data. Now, there's a few problems with this. First thing is, if you're an educator, it's hard. A lot of educators, including my school, they block students from accessing Google Cloud, Google Console. So what Claude has already used for these kinds of things, they don't want you to use it. It might mess up the infrastructure. So we're going to have to make something like completely from scratch here. And there's two ways we could have done this. One, Claude already has this. Claude can now use your browser, which is very cool. But as it is much cool, it is also incredibly token intensive, and it takes a while. So if Claude's going to take double the time that I would have taken to just quickly search up, see what's new, then the tool wouldn't have been worth it. And also part of my testing, I found that headless browsers would often get flagged and just wouldn't get through Google's bot protection, which was another issue. So I have a demo here. So I'm setting it up, basically, and this is a one-time thing. So as you can see, an actual browser will open up where it has access to all of my Google Class. And this is kind of what I did different. Now I can go into Claude, just like regular Claude, and see that the MCP server is up in there. And just give it a second here. Now I'm asking it a basic question that a student may ask. And you can see it's starting to use the MCP, starting to return the tools. And in just a second here, I probably shouldn't have used extended thinking. Perfect, so it's bringing up my classes at least, and then it's also going to start bringing up the announcements of what's going on in my classes. Perfect, and you guys get the gist, so go back here. Basically, we all know that the most powerful thing about Claude is its context. The more it knows, the more it can judge about, and the better decisions and things it can do for your life. Now, Classroom MCP is useful for me and at least the 5 other students that I've shown. They were pretty impressed. Because Claude is now able to do things like when a friend of mine asks, can you plan out my day? Claude will see, oh, he has 3 assignments, maybe let's budget an extra hour for homework this time. Or if it's using Cowork or Claude Code, it can pull this data to make better decisions. And that's basically the gist of what I've made. Now, it's not fully ready. In about 2 to 3 weeks, I'll get it on GitHub. But yeah, that's Classroom MCP. Thank you, guys.